Rebuilding an image is hard. It takes dedication, motivation, and most importantly, persistence. One man's image is sometimes the only impression that matters. After years of neglect, a city once called a proud city is now doing a rebuilding of its own. The stage is now set for these athletes to unleash a vision taught by a coach who is seeking to rebuild a gym in a city he calls home. One coach is using the story of a famous boxer from the back streets of Trenton to teach his eager students. One pro boxer is using his experience to teach young fighters what it takes to rise from the streets, while an up-and-coming amateur who's motivated by family fights his way back to the top. One tournament will determine more than who will be a champion boxer, but who can revive a city. From Trenton, New Jersey, Behind the Glove starts now.
I'm Eric Judkins. I started boxing in 1983. I stopped and started back in '89 till about 1996. Started coaching 2006 till now. I was a coach at Martelli Boxing Club, Boston Gulf Boxing Club, so I formed my own club, Ike Williams Boxing Academy, in 2013.
Right hand, you slide over, just hit it here, underneath here, and finish him off with that. That's all. So you gotta think of your combinations. Because if I was hitting your punk ass, that's what would happen. Uppercut hook. Do it again. Right hand behind. Do it again. Catch, hook, catch. You ain't listening. You're already trying to show off. Catch, counter hook, uppercut, hook. I was 12 years old. I was fighting a 14-year-old, and that was the first time I got hit with body shots in a street fight. And it was ridiculous. And I decided then I got to learn how to fight. It was just what we did back in the day. Everybody boxed like everybody played basketball now. Back then, everybody boxed and played baseball. So it was just a natural thing. Everybody in the neighborhood boxed. Somebody in every family knew how to box. And that's what but boxing was on television, daytime, nighttime, so it's what we knew. The goal of this gym is to produce consistently top amateurs and world champions and become a global name. The relationship I want this gym in Trenton to have is a refuge for kids. Second, I want this gym to put Trenton back in the limelight for boxing. I chose Ike Williams because he was the only champion, world champion, ever come out of Trenton, New Jersey. And he fought for like issues back in the 40s when it wasn't common. He wanted to unionize the fighters because they were getting robbed for their purses, and he felt as though they deserved more because they took all the risks. And so he stood up for that. Well, the goal is to get the community involved. And, once the community gets involved, support the athletes, support the sport of boxing, it's just, and it can actually serve as, again, some type of refuge for some of the other kids in the neighborhood. A medium for people to come in and they want to network or whatever, stuff like that. It's just here for the community. Whatever they want to use it, take and do with it is here. You see that body turn it into so you can counter. Okay. You pull away, you can't counter that. It hurts, don't it? Don't look at me, listen to me. It works. Don't look, listen.
When I was 17, I got initiated to the blood gang, sex, money, murder. My mom, she, I guess she, from her life situation she had going on at the time, she couldn't afford to have me. So, she didn't. My aunt, which is my dad's sister, so she raised me. She did a good job with me. But as far as like trying to raise me, but it's just like the gang thing and, you know, just, you know, the drugs and all that fast lifestyle was just, you know, it was up the street from me. It was around the corner. Kind of funny, I really got into boxing originally just to lose weight. After I left school, I went up to like 285 pounds. So I got real heavy, and my dad looked in the mirror like, damn, man, like I need to start working out again, you know. So one of my good buddy was like, man, you know, we be down at the boxing gym, we be working out, man, so good workouts, you should come down there. So I went down there and, you know, just ended up falling in love with the sport. The first week I was in the gym, like that Friday, I got arrested for possession of CDS, and you know, me, Bell or whatever, boom, came home. Then I started going back to the gym. You know, I was in and out. And then I got arrested again later on that fall. And at that time, you know, I started really taking boxing serious. Had a guy come to the church that I was going to. He usually prophesied to me about boxing. So, you know, and at that time I had met Eric Judkins, which is my coach. He wasn't my coach at the time I first started. But, you know, I met him, that was like around 2008. I met him, and you know, he started really putting time into me, and you know, I really started training, really started focusing, and took boxing serious. And I won my first championship in 2007. He was a great impact in my life. You know, he taught me a lot as you know, becoming a man, you know, becoming mature. You know, he helped a lot of things inside and outside of boxing. He helped me financially, you know, little jams, things I was in, and it's like when we need to go for sparring and stuff like that, nobody never was like, you know, giving him money for gas, rides, none of that. He was taking us all over, you know, helping me get sparring and helping me get better. So, I mean, the bulk of my boxing career, like, man, he played the biggest part out of anything as far as like helping me, you know, and to mature into the boxer that I am now. It definitely helps keep me grounded and rooted, like knowing, like, you know where you come from. You know, it's a saying, you know, you gotta know where you come from to know where you're going. So, you know, I know, you know, this is where I come from. You know, it's like, it's in the inner city, it's in the hood, and it's like, you know, I don't want my kids growing up like I did, as far as, you know, having to get into fights and gangs and guns and drugs, you know, all the negativity, you know, things that, you know, as a younger man that I used to glorify, but now that I'm older, you know, and I'm wiser, so, you know, I try to teach a different method, you know, to the kids and to my kids coming up, like, so I know, like, you know, that isn't the way to go. Well, all right, man. I'm be out for a little bit. All right. It's my boy Bree. I mean, we grew up together. This is like way back during that the first house I showed you on 20. Like, man, we got a long history together. Like, we've been friends from like over 20 years. Bro, like over 20 years. Like, we was like going to this elementary school, like young, like, you know, like from the mud, like it's hard. Like, grew up together. Like, he just came home. He was in prison. He was locked up for about he did about 3-4 years this trip. You know, he the type of dude. You know, he been in and out of the system for a minute. You know, and like that's the type of, you know, things like that help motivate me. Like, you know, like, so I don't gotta end up like, you know, in and out of jail, and it's like to where I can really be able to, you know, get financially stable to where I can help guys like that who I grew up with.
Training means everything for me. I mean, I've been there since the beginning of time, for 28 years, so that's all I know. I love my city. Every inner city has the same thing going on, you know, the drugs, the gangs, and the poverty and all that. I mean, I'm just trying to make it through, push my way through. Well, Ike Williams mean everything to me, you know. Ike Williams, IWA, a.k.a. The Family. It got me back on the right path. Well, I originally started at Goss & Goss on Center Street with Barry Goss, and then I hooked up with Mike Hilton, as you guys know. And then he hooked me up with O. Ever since then, I've been on that same path with him since then. Well, Coach O, you know Coach O, he's hard, but he's easy. I mean, he's very hard on us because he wants to improve, and he sees the potential that we have. So his job is, what he does is to bring out the best of us.
Every year, around early spring, late winter, you have New Jersey Golden Glove boxing tournament. It's the oldest the Golden Glove tournament is the oldest tournament in boxing tournament in the United States, and you get to compete against all the Golden Glove winners per state in your weight class. We happen to be hosting the semifinals on April 16th, which we, in the past few years, have been hosting at least a quarter or the semifinals here in Trenton.
Well, last year I won the gloves. I went out to Vegas, you know, the big lights, you know, all that, the big city. I mean, I got a little starstruck. I mean, it was a lot of pressure for my first time being there. But you know, now I'm ready, focused, and ready to get back to it. Boxing is like domination. There's no teammates. There's nobody can save you. Once you're in that box locked in with me, it's me and you. I work out from 6 a.m. to around, we'll start about 9. My running, my sprints, my conditioning. And then from 4 to 8, I'm in Ike Williams Boxing Academy, working hard, sparring, working on my technique.
One night, my dad was watching the Floyd fight, and he liked the sport, so like signed me up for it. He said, I'm gonna take you down to Goss and Goss, and I'm signing you up for boxing. I actually lost my first fight. I was excited, like I was excited. I wasn't nervous. My adrenaline was pumping. I wasn't throwing a lot of punches. He out-punched me, like he outscored me.
So when you come up the middle, you come up here, you just catch it, or you just catch it. And he was going to be uppercut all day. You will not go uppercut inside. You keep trying to, and if you're this close to him, this is a body shot. Why would you do that? Now look where you at. All he got to do is count. He can eat that and come right across the top. You never throw that kind of shot that close. Your shot is not close to it. Pop, you get your hand back. Pop, you get your hand back. Pop, get your hand back. Bang. That's the shot that while he was throwing, you should have been around all that. You can see his punches like the Matrix, bro.
I want to be a professional boxer. Move my family away from Trenton, out of New Jersey, move to a better place. I gotta train harder. I gotta start running more, and it's like a couple bad habits I got in the ring that I gotta fix. So that I come to the gym every day and work on them.
As far as Kevin, you know, Kevin's the protege of the gym. I mean, he's upcoming. So whatever me and Mike Hilton have going on in the gym, Kevin's looking up to us. So we try to work our hardest. So when Kevin works out, he works out as hard as he can too. Thinking about when it's time to hit that ring. Just working hard, provide for my family, making it out of this slum that they have us boxed in. My son about to turn 6 in like a couple more days, so every day I look at him like, gosh, I really have a son. I want him I want to have a better life. I don't want him to follow the footprints that I was following. You know, it wasn't pretty cool, you know. It was a lot of lonely hours in the jail cell and all that kind of stuff. I want my son going through any of that stuff. I just want him to get the best education he has and enjoy life. Well, my family means everything for me. You know what I mean, that's basically for everybody. My family means everything for me. That's my family is my backbone. That's where the power comes from. Warrior strong.
Don can punch. Don punches hard. Like I spar with a lot of professionals, some of the top amateurs in the world, in the country, and Don is by far one of the hardest punchers, like that I've been in there with. So it's like, he's just like he's strong, man. It's like, and he just like he can punch, and it's like, man, one false move, man, you get to hit one of them shots from Don. It's lights out. So it's like Don's a real hard puncher, and he's getting better at using his jab. The last few times I've been sparring, man, he's getting so much better. you know, and it's like he's going to be a force to be reckoned with too. I see Don winning the New Jersey Golden Gloves and actually going to the Nationals, and I feel like he should win the Nationals this year out in Utah. He should come back home a National Golden Glove champion. Like, well, it ain't a doubt in my mind. Like, as long as only person I see defeating Don is Don, because as long as he keeping his hands up, because he's strong, he's tall, and he can punch, ain't no way he should lose.
What you think I'm gonna do on Saturday when my fight?
We're gonna win.
How I'm gonna win?
Beat him up.
No, it's 999, lowest 31. 999, lowest 31.
You don't let anyone fight. I mean, you might be sleeping, but you still need to go and do your thing, you know what I mean? Again, keep it in the ring and bang it. Don't worry about him. If you start pushing you back, he push you back. Like I told you, pop, 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 pop. Get in and get out. So, you keep it in the ring, pop with that jab, that beautiful jab you got. Pop, bad jab. You put that on your license plate, bad jab.
He 3 years old, boxing for 10 years?
Yeah.
I gotta watch out for that dude.
I'm Eric, you can't be back here. Like, I'm beating my son. Like, what the heck? I'm not fighting. I'm just gonna be there watching. So I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be in attendance, and I'm gonna be rooting on my team. I'm gonna be rooting on my team. I'm gonna be rooting on Don. I'm gonna be rooting on Kevin, and also, I'm gonna be rooting on all the other Trenton fighters too. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna be there in attendance.
I jumped rope. I thought I was gonna fight match it up. But they seen me box before, so they probably told him it's not a good fight. Because they know how I box already.
Have any medical problems? Take any medication? My brother, he's 52. He trains with a boxer.
Oh, okay.
But he's afraid to get married.
What's up, man? Come on here, what's up? Found your way back here? What's up, man? Showing up. You alright?
Hey, my phone. Fight.
Good. I was talking to the guy on the phone.
What's that?
She wanted to talk to you, but you wasn't here yet. You want to talk to her a little bit? I'll see you a little bit, alright? Alright. Tell Terry to call on the phone for you, alright?
Okay.
Alright, love you.
You
said Victor fight?
Yeah, I seen Victor fight. Victor called a break. That boy they shouldn't have stopped that fight. You know what I'm saying?
My uncle got mad. He got super mad.
Yeah, because it should have stopped it. The boy wasn't hurt.
Yeah, they maybe stopped the fight.
The reason why they do it for safety reasons. And then some of the judges don't experience.
Out in like this first 3 seconds, and he like he was.
And that deserved to be stopped.
Like his eyes was like.
Yeah, now that deserved to be a stop because you don't want him to get hurt.
Well, when I do win this fight, I move on to the next level in the tournament, and then from there is Utah, the Nationals.
came home with the win. It could have been a lot better, but I can't complain. W's W. Thank y'all for supporting me. Love, peace.
Get right in that ball with him. He went up there. Yeah, I mean, listen. And then you see the referee saying that he's holding you, punching him. Ike Williams Boxing Academy was definitely bringing Trenton back, boxing back into Trenton, because people starting to recognize and see like, oh yeah, well, Ike Williams Boxing Academy, you know, they making noise just not on a local level, but on a national level or international level. Like, you know, it's just like taking this thing bigger, you know, because they realize and, you know, they got to recognize like and see the things that we're doing as far as to see that we're gonna be a force to be reckoned with in this boxing game.